Gentlemen, suck my dick.
It's the SHOGUNCAST, the most dangerous cultural podcast on the internet. With your host, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger Heritage, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander. Featuring the man who doesn't need to stay frosty because he's always frosty, Snowman. And the id of the Shogunate and frequent visitor to the principal's office, the Mad Dog Matt Wheaton. Plus a random cast around the internet that could drop in from time to time. And now, from Central Florida, overlooking the shores of the Gulf of America, around the internet and into your devices,
let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, dear viewer. God, I'm so glad to be back. It is the SHOGUNCAST for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. Yeah, seems a lot of things have gone on. You know that meme where brought everybody pizza, we're gonna have a pizza party. I walk in, all of a sudden everything's on fire. Well, that's how I feel right now. I mean, we got animal abuse. We got some good tabletop games coming out. We got Wokies that dindu nuffin, and oh god, we're set tripping again, aren't we? Unbelievable. Oh well, cue my saxophone. I had to check my game to see if that damn thing's been turned high while I was gone. Every time we do these streams, all of a sudden, my freaking microphone feels like a damn bullhorn. Maybe I should carry around maybe I should have brought it with me when I went to Chicago, go to that ice facility and call every one of these freaking costume wearing weirdos a bunch of freaking gay retarded versions of the Foot Clan. Anyway, good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, likewise. By the way, Wokies that didn't do nothing? Say it ain't so, Aaron.
Yeah, they are, and they're always lying. Yeah, I think Snow's in the head right now, so it's gonna be a while. But let's just say, well, I'm gonna put it to you this way about my last 2 weeks as a pilgrim in an unholy land that was formerly my hometown. Well, I ain't going back there for a while. That's for damn sure.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, you think about. I want you to think about this, okay? It's been 3 years since I was in Chicago, okay? I mean, when I was living there, I sort of noticed a lot that sort of that you always get that off feeling, that someone's got like some sort of weird chip on their shoulder or something like that, like you just can't help but feel like crap. Now, since I spent three years in Florida and coming back to it the last couple weeks, that's even more evident, It feels like.
Look at it this. Well, look at it this way, Aaron. It's better to feel like shit than be full of shit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like you can easily see the dark cloud around. You can see that there was bad vibes most of everywhere you went in Chicago. Okay, and it's sad for me to say this as someone who's from there, because growing up it was badass, growing up around the 90s, 2000s, it was pretty bad. It was pretty good for the most. I mean, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but you know what? At least it's tolerable.
Yeah.
Okay?
I do remember me and my family having visited Chicago in my younger years.
Yeah. But now it's like you go back there, it's like, good Lord, what the fuck happened to this place? I mean, I had that vibe when COVID happened, But I came back, and I was like, ugh, what the fuck?
Let me guess, you walked into the set of Fists of the North Star, huh?
No, more like a retarded gay version of Cyberpunk 2077.
Wait a minute, wasn't Cyberpunk 2077 already gay and retarded? I mean, think about it.
Now we're talking even more gay and more retarded. I mean, this is the type. This is the type of shit you can't fix with any mods.
I return with food.
All right. So yeah. The less said about my trip to Chicago, the better. But doesn't matter.
I don't blame you.
I'm back in the home base.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back at the
Pretty
home
sure
base.
the public don't need to know about your tragic story there.
What about public domain?
I said I'm pretty sure the public don't need to know anything about your tragic story over at Chicago.
Yeah, among other things. But we are gonna tell the public is our clown ass of the week.
Enough from the clown.
I know what clown ass of the week we're
Oh
going
my
for.
God Almighty! Oh my God Almighty!
He's always a fun clown ass to clown on.
You know, I don't want to talk about Hasan Piker, but the last few days while I was in Chicago, I couldn't stop hearing about it. And you all know I'm an animal lover. Okay, I got my 2 dogs here.
Yes, I got a dog and 2 cats myself.
We came back from Chicago. I mean, those dogs were like happy to see us. They were like, they went wild. But the thing is, but I will tell you this. We don't like standard collars. My mother likes to take the collar off the husky. That's what she had. You can call it rustler. But the thing we don't have is, I don't even like choke chains. But of course, this commie son of a bitch has to add frickin' certain accoutrements to this poor doggo's collar.
Hey, not to disrupt you guys, but Patty's Parlor at Rumble is wishing us a great stream.
Thanks, Patty.
Let me check. Sorry. Yeah. How you doing, Patties? Welcome to the stream, my man. All right. So let's get on to the thing here. If I can, come on, where are you? Come on. What the heck is going on here? I knew I have it all queued up, ready to go. Hold on a second. Let me. Yeah, very sorry about this. It seems like just as I get back, of course, we get beautiful. We get some BEA beautiful. What the fuck? I knew I tested this before we got back. What the flip? Hold on a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah, serious technical difficulties, because it seems like... Alright. Okay. Hopefully we clear that up. Come on.
Shameful displays are being given all around.
Oh, indeed.
A shameful display!
Alright.
Whew.
Okay. Now give me my damn... Ah, here it is. Finally it pops up. Okay, let me make sure that I got it here. Yeah, okay, here we go. We're here. So...
Don't forget to share the screen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where are you? So So as you can, let's start with this video here. Apparently there's like as many as 7 videos about Hasan. I'm just going to show it to you. For those of you who don't like animal abuse, feel free to cover your eyes, okay? Because I'm going to show you what happened here. Okay, this is the first video here. Keep an eye on his doggo here. That's his dog Kaya. Okay? Looks like it.
I may not be great with animals, but I'm already feeling for the sad puppy who had this commie goat fuck.
Well, no kidding there, because he's owned by. I mean, that poor dog is owned by Hasan.
Yeah, but anyway, just pay attention to the poor dog over there.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Oh, you see that?
Just fucking go, just stop.
Oh my God. Yeah, you can
Dog
see right.
Steps off the thing.
Yeah, I want you to look, watch his hand movements. Let me go back and show you.
All of America's much more consequential violence.
You see that right here? You see that subtle hand movement right there? That arm movement? Because I think I think he was trying to reach for that button.
Of course he is. Because he's a sociopath.
Of course he is, like most communists tend to be.
Okay? Yeah. It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Yep, there. You see that? You see that hand movement? Well, yeah. He reaches over there with his left hand and then presses the button and roof. Disgusting. Again,
of course he does.
I don't even approve of choke chains. Okay, you know how some dog owners like especially the more dangerous ones who have like choke chains around their damn Rottweiler. That's nasty.
Oh yeah.
Anything to talk? Anything for you to add, Snow? Since you are an animal owner, I assume. I know you're an animal owner, but this is for the benefit of those.
Yeah, I told you I own a dog and 2 cats.
Yes.
But yeah, have you seen the memes of this?
I haven't seen them.
Oh yes.
I have not seen. Oh yeah, I have seen the memes of this where they dressed him up as fucking Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I've more seen the Freedom Tunes short, where Hasan was beast.
No,
that was epic. The Freedom Tunes one, that was awesome.
You know what? I'll probably. You know what? I'll probably show that off if I can find it.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I'll if I can find it, I'll do. Oh, there it is, right, dead and right. We'll play that after we take a look at this shit, okay? So that's the first.
Let's not forget our 4 favorite.
What's up?
And let's not forget our favorite 4-panel artist. He did that as well.
Ah, yes. You're talking about George Alexopoulos, G Prime.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Now let's move on to the next video where we have another evidence of more communist animal abuse. Take a look.
A commemorative mug I got from England. Commemorative mug I got from England specifically for a commemorative
you see
mug
that?
I got from.
I mean, he didn't get. I don't think he got shocked here, but look at his arm movement right here.
Commemorative he was mug I got from England specifically.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And he's got the nerve to have a cartoon dog on there. It's like, you got some freaking nerve. I mean,
I may not be great with animals, but fuck, where the fuck is Raiden when we fucking need him?
Yeah, to shock Hasan instead. But we're getting
this motherfucker.
No. A better question for you, Matt. Where the fuck is Scorpion when you need him? Because I want Scorpion to toss that fucking spear on a Hasan and say, "Get over here."
Yeah, but it gets.
You know what? No, I think you won. I think you won that one.
All right. Now there's even another video, more video evidence of him being a scumbag to Kaya.
All the dog did was just move.
Yeah, he went. Okay, this was more a. I think this is a. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's okay. So take a look at this.
Absolute garbage. Did you compare this to the Japanese airport experience? Yeah, the Japanese airport experience is like everything works, everything is fast. Kaya, place.
Grabs the thing.
Get back there. What is this?
It's like the first thing he does is drive onto that thing.
Yeah, really.
Don't worry.
I mean that's 100% right.
Oh, this is from someone else's stream. This guy's reacting to it.
This one's kind of hard because it's like she's not in frame, you know. So maybe her being in frame is like a new thing. I just don't really. Oh, there you go. Now she's in frame. He adjusted his position to put her in frame. Now this is useful information.
Yeah, here, drop
and
a lot of they go
even deeper. What they found is that Politico, over several years, has gotten $44,000 from USAID for subscriptions. Now, Politico.
Yeah,
okay, switches. Okay, so he's got a different scene to get her in frame. All right. So that's obviously something that is like on his mind.
Yeah, that's disgusting. You know, he's your pet, dude, not a prop.
I mean, it's not a prop.
Exactly. It is a living being.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hero of the left.
Oh,
an animal abusing scumbag that probably needs to be thrown into a Spartan pit.
It does remind me of the other meme, which is just another cartoon that was drawn. It has the little dog begging Hasan, like, "Master, I've been here for 6 hours and you screaming on the computer is stressing me out. Please let me leave the room." Something like that.
Or let him out.
And then freaking the fuck out and using the taser.
Yeah, ridiculous. I mean, shit. I think, Paris Hilton treats her animals a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Paris Hilton treats her treats her pets fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, even if they are purse puppies. But still.
Yeah.
I think people die if they so much accidentally mistreat the dogs.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then there's one more video, I believe. This.
Lovely.
Take a look at this.
Oh, the tail tugging?
Come here.
Oh, you don't do that.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Stay.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Stay.
Tugging the tail, threatening to kill the dog. I think this is another dog he owned at some point. Unbelievable.
That poor puppy.
Yeah. Your hero, you dumb pinkos. But then again, consider...
Beat his ass. And I don't mean the dog. I mean the fucking Hasan.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. And of course there'd be a bunch of Jakami pinko scumbags defending him and galvanizing him for... Because of course they wouldn't.
There's so many of these idiots glazing for this guy, despite the fact of this animal abuse. I mean, you could make an entire John Wick movie out of it.
Hey, stop! I think I've got an idea for John. I think I've got a pitch for a new John Wick movie. Hey, someone get Keanu Reeves on the line.
Stop, Matt. It'd be a horrible John Wick movie because Hasan can't fight for shit. He just get instantly killed. That'd be like the shortest 5-minute movie ever.
Yeah, I would say.
Most of it will be John Wick just getting there.
Yeah. Or better yet, if you want to make
think of all the gaggle of retards getting in John Wick's way.
Yeah, it worked for Scott Pilgrim. But hey, considering
yeah, but when I watch a John Wick film, I actually want to watch him fight against competent people that are just equal levels of threat.
Well,
it's a better action movie that way.
Yeah, good point. Well, like I said,
yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I mean, he could.
I know, that's just me being a petty asshole.
Well, considering the money that he has, you watch. He could probably put a big contract on John Wick, and then all of a sudden a lot of hitmen throughout L.A. would probably chase him. There's your story right there. And then he gets to them. Then all of a sudden he's begging. He's more pathetic than Yosef in the first movie. Yeah. You know what? The fitting end to that movie would have been, don't kill Hasan. Okay? Don't Minecraft Hasan. Nah. You know how Yosef, you know Yosef's actor, right? No. You know the guy that played Yosef in the first John Wick movie? He was also Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, remember?
Yeah.
You see where I'm getting at? You see where I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah. Theon, I basically want to see that happen to Hasan, baby. Woo-hoo! Join the Theon Greyjoy Club, motherfucker!
Or in this case, the Reek Club. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you this. This you mentioned something about Freedom Tunes. Well, here's the comic of this. I'm gonna go ahead and watch this because we know Freedom Tunes does make some get some good shit out there. So let's check it out. All right,
Freedom Tunes is good shit, so
guys.
All right, ready? All right, check this out.
We need to put the plan in motion, guys. Full communist revolutionary takeover.
Look at the dog. Look at the poor dog with the thing on him.
Yeah, watching this.
Looks like a.
Keep watching, guys. Keep watching.
That cap looks like someone you put on someone if you put him in an electric chair. But anyway, I digress.
Yes, we don't need you to point that out.
All right, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Every single enemy of the revolution needs to be murdered. Come on. Oh, the streets will run red with the blood of the fascist right-wingers. Come on. In Minecraft. And by in Minecraft, I of course mean in real life. I'm dead serious. Full-blown genocide is what's needed. In Minecraft, of course, but especially in real life, which is what I'm actually talking about. Anyone who disagrees with you. Yes, anyone who disagrees with you about anything, come on! Use children for... Strap a bomb to a kid, send them on a play date at a conservative kid's house, boom! In Minecraft, but actually in real life. You know what we need to do to win the revolution? We need to violate Twitch's terms of service. We need to spend every day violating Twitch's terms of service harder and harder. I love inciting violence against the law. In Minecraft...
Disobedience warning! Canine crap outside of quarantine zone!
Kaya, come on! Don't disrupt my stream, you stupid, worthless infidel dog! Can you believe this dog attacked me, chat? So incredibly spoiled. Wait, no, it's not a shock collar. It mostly doesn't electrocute him. What are you guys talking about? It's not a shock collar. It's just a normal collar. It's got a device and it pacifies the dog in Minecraft. You think we're gonna win the revolution without electrocuting any dogs? Twitch didn't do anything. YouTube has my back. No one cares about some disobedient capitalist dog. Come on.
No, this one gets me. Kaya's bill ensure that shot clouds are banned globally and anyone who hurts dogs gets nuked.
I want to see that happen like you wouldn't even begin to believe.
Keep going. You're getting to the best part.
Okay.
You're safe now, Kaya. Now, lead us into an animal cruelty-free tomorrow as our governor.
Hey everybody, we're making a full-length anime.
The dog got elected governor
of California.
That dog's got my vote already.
Well, a pop can would run California better than Gavin Newsom. Matter of fact,
let it finish so the guy could give his advertisement, because we might as well let him advertise.
Okay.
Animated show. If you want to help us get it done, please support our GoFundMe at twistedplots.com. That's twistedplots.com. If you support it, you'll get access to our full 25-minute long pilot episode. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we gotta promote we gotta respect the grift. So yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, considering the options for California governor, especially this Katie Porter. Have you seen that interview with her, and then she freaking crashes out? Oh my god.
I've only just heard of Katie Porter already. I just feel like throwing up.
Yeah. Well, the less said about her, the better. But if you really want to torture yourself, listen to her. Go look for yourself. We're not covering that shit today. All right, we're not covering that shit today.
Already done that, and I already want to cleanse my palate.
Oh indeed. But what we will talk about is, well, in the world of tabletop, well, we have a new Kickstarter here from a good friend of the Shogun, William Dalebout, the maestro of Incel Riot Studios. Now, if you don't know what Incel Riot Studios is, well, it has released two fantastic tabletop games in the past. The first being the Virtue Signal card game. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kind of wanted to play that. Wanted to play that game sometime.
I don't know if I heard someone here owned, I think, picked it up or something, but I think it's still available for sale. Is it? I'm not sure, but
That's your website.
Also, he also did POZ, the Portland Occupied Zone, where you're basically the whole deal with that game is you're basically trying to take over the entire city of entire district of Portland, building up your freaking communist Antifa army there in a hilarious way.
And basically turning it into a second India. Yeah. Given the smell. Oh yeah.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of freaking vanilla plugins here. And this is his third outing, Civil War II, which, considering all the events going on the last couple months or so, pretty apropos. But there is a trailer here. Let us watch.
Welcome to Civil War II, a card-based strategy game that plunges you into a fractured future America, where rival factions vie for control in a nation gone terribly, terribly wrong. Choose a political alignment, build your government, amass resources, and lead armies to conquer rivals to restore or replace the late great United States of America. You can create a communist utopia or an anarcho-primitivist utopia or a libertarian utopia or and that's all. Those are the only options. There's gonna be nukes, kaiju, killdozers, dinosaurs, shark buses, men in black, big feet, deep state ops, and the Statue of Liberty holding a gun. 8 unique characters so far, a simple resource system, dozens of different combat units, and 2 decks worth of dirty deep state tricks. Civil War II has a thoroughly tested and we believe rather unique hybrid combat system that combines tabletop wargaming elements, deck building, and area control mechanics. Prepare for a battle of wits and strategy in this immersive Civil War simulator. Also, and this is very important, no robots of any kind got their filthy clamps anywhere near this game. No AI art, no AI writing, no AI nothing. By humans for humans. That's a promise.
I like this already.
Yeah, this looks like to be a banger, and it's at 37% of its gold, with its gold being at $17,760. By the way, it just started, I believe, on October 13th, and so that's a couple days ago, and it's already reached a good portion of its goal. 72 backers and 43 days to go. I think it will exceed its goal. I really believe so.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah. Now it says. Now the funny thing is, he says about Willie Dalebout. He said it was I think this is his first on Kickstarter. I think he did a couple on Indiegogo in the past, but we already know what Indiegogo's right now in a state of flux. But also,
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, the entire game is uploaded to Tabletop Simulator. Oh, okay.
Hey.
So.
Okay, anyone for a rousing game of Civil War II?
Well, like I said, I'll have to look into see if that's going to be possible. If it is, I want to do a special edition of the SHOGUNCAST. Like, I would say like something towards the holidays is to give it a shot. But anyway.
Yeah, but first I gotta get my computer fixed and all that. Which I'm thinking of plotting to go to Linux. Because, Windows 10 is dead.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm not upgrading to 11. I'll tell you that right now.
So
unfortunately, I kind of did, and I didn't even know it.
Oops.
Yay, go me. Go ahead, send me to the principal's office, please.
No. Microsoft is known for sneaking in updates against people's will.
Well,
you are not sent to the principal's office. But who is sent to the principal's office? Microsoft. Send Microsoft to the principal's office.
Oh, indeed. To the principal's office you go, Microshaft. Where are you? If I can find Mr. Garvey here.
Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
Who?
Oshag Hennessy!
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass! Insubordinate and churlish.
Does that make you feel better at all, Matt?
Yes, it does. Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, my word. But anyway, something's going on with my...
No, seriously, you need to, do a factory reset. And just take a Linux, DOS, and just yourself a good old...
If only I actually knew how to work Linux. Or in fact, or better yet, if only I had a brother-in-law who actually is in favor of Linux instead of Windows.
Okay, so anyway, let's get back. Let's talk a little bit about the game here. This is the game board, of course. So I would say this is sort of like William Dalebout's take on Risk, if you will. It's more of a card form instead of a, because everyone's played Risk here, right?
Yes.
Say I have.
Now,
I probably should.
Yeah. So yeah, I think get a good look at the game board here, but there's like 81 territories divided into 13 regions, and it says there's 2 scenic highways and 1 big river. I think we already know what highway, because I would say this is like I-95 and this is sort of like a Route 66. But of course you got the Mississippi River as well. And the map is extremely inaccurate, and you should not try to read it while driving. So basically, what he has here, if you played Virtue Signal or Portland Occupied Zone, you know the artwork here, and the artwork is so freaking hilarious. So
definitely.
So this is your territory card, right? So you have the name of territory, the region, the illustration of the place, upkeep. If your territory, so basically, it's sort of like a 4X game if you think about it.
Yeah. So you're trying to take over the United States with your faction, and you're trying to eliminate the other faction.
Mm-hmm. So you have your name, upkeep, your features, your population, terrain, we're urban, and it says that if you settle your territories with your people, they produce resources. Some bigger territories, such as LA, produce advanced resources but require upkeep from other territories. So take LA for example. LA requires 3 food and 1 electricity in upkeep to operate. Yosemite, which is north, produces 2 food per turn, which is not enough. And the next closest producing territory is the Sonora over in Arizona, which has 3. LA also requires 1 electricity per turn, which can be provided by Sedona, which is pretty how should I say? It's just pretty smart, because in reality, for all these major cities to function, I mean, and this is something that leftoids don't think about. You need food and power to keep your little commie enclave functional. So what happens if one territory doesn't send you food or doesn't send you power? It turns
chaos.
It turns into Mad Max.
Like I said, chaos.
Yeah, but let's be real, guys. Isn't Mad Max the commie utopia that the commies have always strived for? I mean, let's be honest, guys.
Stop right there, Matt. No, because even in Mad Max, there's a thing called capitalism.
Yeah, it may not be money. It may be food. Maybe water. Could be gasoline.
Yeah, there's a barter.
Could be slaves.
It's bartering, but it's still exchange of valuables.
Yes.
That's not controlled by the government. So
all right.
It's controlled by individuals. So yes, there is capitalism. Even in Mad Max, there's capitalism.
Okay.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I'm just.
All right. Let's keep going, because it further explains that. For every territory, I think you have to own an adjacent territory to get to that territory. So, for instance, look at Death Valley. I assume you can't take over Sedona without taking this territory over, and Death Valley is useless. but it is required to connect LA to Sonora. Is the Sonora enough to supply all of LA? Yes, but you have to include Yosemite because it has to get up here. You have to connect to LA. So that's 2. So yeah, you have 5 food, but you're wasting 2.
You know?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You know, guys, that's starting to sound like Death Stranding on opposite day.
Yeah. Now, I can't see the upkeep with San Francisco there. It doesn't show. And it's funny, he says, if you notice, there's not enough food on the coast to supply all the cities on the coast, so you've got a sharp eye. This is why you shouldn't do civil wars. Okay.
No shit.
Okay, so it keeps going. If LA were, say, to lose its access to a supply chain, say, for instance, by terrorism, very bad things would happen to it. So basically, if you don't keep your population fed, well, yeah, it's all the food turns into bricks. Suppress these terrorist thoughts. Brick, brick, brick. Yeah. Now, this is another key here. You get to choose an alignment for this game, and it is based on the political spectrum. So you can choose red, authoritarian left, basically a damn commie. Green, libertarian left, or basically fantasy land.
Basically hippie.
Hippies, or basically fantasy land, because libertarian left is an oxymoron, hence it doesn't exist.
Bingo.
Authoritarian right, which basically means sort of like either Franco, Pinochet, or theocracy, or some Mormon theocracy.
Well, I will say John De La Rose. He's certainly getting more authoritarian every single passing day on that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But anyway, or yellow, which is libertarian right, which means guns and weed for everybody. Basically,
yeah, I'm getting more yellow.
Or
every single passing day on X.
Or if you want to use our little spheres face, Eric. Imagine a country ran by Eric July.
Yep,
I'd be down for that country.
I'd be down for it too.
Okay, so
one race to be first in line.
Now,
but yeah, I might still get a job in said country.
Yeah. So anyway, it continues that whatever your alignment you pick will dictate what character you can play and what government you had, and to an extent, what army can you field. And your government is made up of amendments, which confers to bonuses related to your selected alignment. So basically, it's these cards right here. And to have said cards, you gotta be of an alignment. So, for example, orgy pits.
Orange what?
Orgy pits. These this amendment is restricted to the commies and the hippies, and it says skip steps 3 and 4 of your turn while your people get it on in a polyamorous way. Increase your unity by 2 additional points.
Of course, the authoritarian and libertarian left would be down for that. Jesus Christ.
Well, anyway, yeah, yes, if you're wondering, I can't maximize it, but yes, I can read it. Here's another example. Minimum basic waifu. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, that's gotta be within the libertarian.
Well,
the waifu.
Yeah, it says raise birth rate up by 2 plus 2. Man, I wish I could zoom into these cards because I want to take a look at that.
Oh my god, dude!
I mean, this is what I like about William Dalebout's games. they always have such a freaking hilarious take on pretty much everything. The artwork, everything. It's freaking amazing. This guy, the fact that he's not even more well known is a crime in and of itself. But anyway, let's keep going here. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Sovereign citizens settle territories using money instead of population. Well, I wasn't driving that car, sir. I was traveling.
Okay. Here's a question: what political factions uses that?
Libertarian right. Even though the funny thing is, I'm no fan of sovereign citizens. Those guys are annoying.
I see leftists use that shit.
That's true. That's true. I mean, leftoids tend to use that shit too. I would have put that in.
Wouldn't that just be a non-authoritarian card then?
Yeah. So that's just a few. Yeah, that's just a few of what they have. Of what they have here, and like I said, I wish I could maximize it to give you more context, but also they have characters. There's 8 playable characters. Of course, you have, and if you've played his in any of the past games from Incel Riot, you can tell a lot of these are familiar territory. Like, say for instance, you have the old commie boomer from the commie boomer from the 60s. Then you have the side-shaped problem glasses in pink that looks like a freaking baby. Then you have some guy with literal bare arms, trying to express his right to bear arms. Get it?
Yeah.
And you got Kim, who's basically who basically kind of reminds me of every freaking Harridan with a blue hair and a septum ring. Let's see.
Okay, let's go to the right.
Then you have Tammy Lynn, who is your typical trad wife. I wonder.
Oh, so basically, this is the Melanie Mac.
No, based on the artwork here, I think we lost Matthew. Based on the artwork, I have a feeling this is sort of send up of the redheaded libertarians pie baking deal. Even though she's more libertarian than that. I think that's the takeoff. What Dalebout's trying to do here.
Yeah, going with an aspect of her being, authoritarian right, because she is definitely not A-okay with anyone, just being gay.
Yeah.
And not doing to society in a negative way.
But I wouldn't.
If you're a gay guy who just happens to be gay, if you're a gay guy who just happens to be gay and just that's it, you don't shove it down anyone's throats. You don't talk about other people. You just happen to be a normal guy who's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melanie Mac has a problem with you.
Now, I would use Melanie Mac as authoritarian, right? Because he doesn't fit the whole dress, the trad wife stereotype.
She may not dress up like it, but she certainly demands it.
No, you know who I would use instead? Shit. What is her name? Isabella DeLuca. That's who I would have used. And don't get me wrong, I like Isabella DeLuca.
So, oh my god, my internet decided to crap out on me for a second. God damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know what to do now. Send that internet to the principal's office.
Oh.
Yes!
Well, actually, you know what? Fuck it.
Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
Who?
Oshag Hennessy!
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass! Insubordinate and churlish.
Okay.
Yep, that's what you get for being shitty, internet.
All right.
Yes.
Now,
Thank you.
All right. Now getting back to the roll call of characters in this game. All right. So then you have Pastor Brad, who's sort of a cross between Ted Nugent and the Naked Cowboy.
That's a weird mix.
Yeah, that's a weird mix indeed.
You would think Naked Cowboy would be more libertarian,
Yeah,
not authoritarian.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I usually would think Ted Nugent would be more libertarian myself, but I don't know.
I would.
No,
you know what?
Someone on the authoritarian right, it'd be like someone who looks like someone close to a paladin.
Yeah, I would say Ben Shapiro or something.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, that's very much a Ben Shapiro type guy.
Yeah, really. All right. And then we move on to the libertarians, which is this one is sort of like is Allison, who I don't know, man. She looks more leftoid than libertarian.
Yeah, she does.
Shit.
Well, if you're gonna wager this as a spectrum, she is close to the line that separates the right from the left.
Yeah, but I see the
So Kim and her probably got more in common than Zed and Dale.
Yeah. And speaking of Zed, so basically it looks like he's just a mindless zombie or something. I don't understand what the whole deal with this with a Zed is supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't. I think it was more supposed to represent the main character from Red Dawn.
Yeah, that or Bub from Day of the Dead from back from that Romero movie that came out in the 80s.
Either way, these are supposed to be like parodies.
Yes. Anyway, and now we go to combat, which it says land begets resources. Resources are for building militaries, and militaries are used for taking more land. Cycle of life, cycle of death. In the beginning, your army will be made up of mostly middle-aged gamer guys, but will soon expand to include dozens of different kinds of units, from RVs to starships. And here's the units right here. You have Marines, Men in Black, Hogzilla, Pax Americana.
Ooh, Hogzilla. That dude looks like a tank, right? Looks like a mech, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, speaking of which, you have a tank, then a rail gun.
Ooh.
I think these are like your super units or something like that. Attack helicopter. Then you got basically your cannon. Looks like cannon fodder.
Yep.
Militia. RV. Engineer. looks like Kid Rod after 10 cans of Soylent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Scout.
I don't know. It looks like, I think he's trying to use the paper bag camouflage.
It's green, so it's green.
Yeah.
So it tells you it's probably going to be like libertarian left.
Yeah. Oil drum mortar.
You think he picked the ghillie suit?
Yeah. I think that's supposed to be the play on word. Can't afford a ghillie suit, so he uses a bunch of paper bags.
Ah, okay. Now it makes sense.
Okay. Then you have the flaming dumpster. Maximum overdrive. Looks like a freaking Scud missile. Shark bus. Big Tex, who I imagine has one hell of a revolver. And my favorite, the Killdozer.
The Killdozer!
So,
I definitely love the fact that it's definitely a libertarian right vehicle thing.
Yeah. I don't think any unit is like sort of exclusive to each side there, but I think you see the sort of the inspiration there.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Look at the backgrounds.
Now it says the combat system was extensively tested and, we think, quite unique at combination of death building and tabletop wargaming with area control mechanics. So you have a 7x6 field with 3 ranks per side, allowing for strategic deployments and complicated strategies. There are no dice to keep randomness to a minimum.
I like this.
So this is basically how you battle.
So in other words, it's basically Yu-Gi-Oh on steroids.
Yeah. And it says that we'll link complete manual PDF right here to peruse at your death. We'll probably go over that shit sometime, but I'll check it out. But so right now, this is so like I said, it is at let's see if there's a funding update. It's at about 6,611.
By the way, you gotta love how the price goal is 1770.
Yeah.
Very clever play on numbers.
Yeah, but there are stretch goals. So basically at that game, that basically means the game is funded. We'll increase the number of player characters from 8 to 12. And we already have some neat ideas. At 40,000, unlock the partisan unit deck, 16 new alignment specific combat units for all backers. At 60,000, the cryptid deck, 16 more American regional cryptids and kaiju combat units. Yes, you can use kaiju
combat units. Holy mother Godzilla, Batman.
So theoretically you could probably stick Bigfoot against against the damn Flatwoods monster.
Or preferably Godzilla.
Yeah. And at 100,000, they're going to make miniatures if you get to 100,000, and they'll be shipping them later separately. And basically,
Godzilla.
Yeah, and basically he
Godzilla miniature. Oof.
Yeah, and basically he did make it a point that there is no AI, which I believe because, come on, if you played his Virtue Signal and Portland Occupied Zone, those, believe me, he doesn't really need to use AI. I think he does all that stuff, all that shit himself.
Yeah, they don't even look like they're AI generated.
Yeah. So
the art looks legit.
Yeah, like I said, if you've played his previous 2 games, I think the artwork is just freaking hilarious. Like I said, the fact that this guy, that William Dalebout doesn't have more support than he should get, because he deserves a lot more. It's freaking criminal. I guarantee if the Dice Tower weren't being such a bunch of commie little shits, they'd promote the frick out of this one.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty good looking game from what we see so far.
Yeah.
So on to next topic, unless there's another board game we need to look at.
Well, but as far as William Dalebout's concerned with Civil War II, we wish him good luck, and he already knows this. He is certainly a king for putting this out.
Long may he reign!
Long may he reign!
Hopefully he gets successful. He needs it.
Well, he's
yes, definitely.
It's been 2 days, and he's close to like 40%. So let's see if there's been an update.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also hoping he doesn't get screwed over by Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, because you know how weird they tend to get. But anyway.
Oh yes.
Okay, so what's the next topic?
Hold on. Let me cover that shit up. Hold on. Let me hold on. Let me cover that shit up. Give me a second. Let's see here.
Yeah, I got no palate cleanser. I was not ready for today.
No, that's not it. Okay. No, I can't use SHOGUNCAST. Oh, you know what? I think I could use this.
Yeah, let's use that.
Let's use the school threat badge right here. Where are you? Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna use
Sweet baby stink. Sweet baby stink.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Because we already know Kim Belair is an S-tier school threat. So.
Especially if you're like a video game company.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, since we've already deemed her a school threat, I'm just going to go ahead and play the sound here.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir. I apologize. Motherfucker.
Yep, that, and where's my toilet, since we're talking about shit baby stink. Where is my toilet? Ah, here it is. Yeah. Okay, let me... Alright, so according to Kim Belair, she basically says they admit their actual real role in gaming, and basically saying, we didn't do nothing. We were good wokies.
Bullshit!
Oh, indeed.
Well, here's a better question. What good is a Wookiee?
Bullshit!
Yeah, it's not even good for a doorstop. But anyway, let me turn this off.
I wouldn't even use that shit as toilet paper.
All right. So anyway, so behind the curtain of shit baby stink, we have. So, okay, I'm trying to. So they had an interview. Now I think that she had an interview recently, which the dynamic duo of Master of the TDS and the Writing Raven, in husband and wife team. They basically dissected this and they said that and according to this comes from That Park Place, by the way. Shout out to them. He says, for years, Shit Baby Stink has maintained that it functions as a narrative consultancy, a company that advises studios on inclusive storytelling.
Inclusive storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, my ass.
Get that shit the fuck out of here, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, they also admitted they were definitely responsible for destroying a lot of game developer companies.
Yeah, a lot of studios have went under because of their bullshit. So according to her,
yep. Oh yes,
her staff has worked on the narrative beats and character work for those project leads. Key storylines involving Kraven the Hunter and Harry Osborn. The side note is, remember in that game when Harry tells Peter they installed a diverse board at their new startup to keep us on the right track? Oh God. Ugh.
You know, wasn't Kraven the Hunter the guy who basically... Wasn't Kraven the Hunter the guy who basically beat Spider-Man but allowed him to live? And then went home to commit suicide because he's got no better prey to hunt?
Yeah. So...
Gag me with a fucking spoon!
So basically... So basically, Kim Belair just told on herself. It contradicts that they only provide consultation. No, as we've seen with some of their games, that doesn't look what you see in there doesn't look like their consultation. No, this is more like we basically take over your writer's room.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. Don't do that.
Yeah, and so basically, Writing Raven mentioned that she basically told on herself that Shit Baby Stink is not really offering input; it's just shaping the creative, quote unquote, heart of modern AAA games. And let's just say we got
other words, we hijack your shit.
Exactly.
In other words, you're the reason why I've sworn off modern AAA games.
Mm-hmm. Now, when confronted about the backlash towards this, she says that there's thousands of videos about us. Oh, no. I'm putting the school threat badge back up. I don't want to see your face.
Yes. After that, Aaron, please put a palate cleanser because another second of looking at that bitch's face, I'm gonna puke my guts out.
Yeah.
Matt, if you think this is bad, it's gonna get worse.
She said there are thousands of videos about us, but those people, no one has written to. I say, hey, can I just ask a couple of questions of how this works? The reason you haven't is because we know any attempt to contact you will be met with ridiculous demands and probably radio silence. The fact that her account itself has been locked down and put on protected mode says a lot. And the fact once they got found out, they pretty much ghosted their entire social media presence. So a lot of people were asking questions in the middle of people calling you a bunch of freaking hypocrites and asking you to get the hell out of their hobby. But you failed to address them
too.
Yeah, exactly.
The parasites, they latch onto their host, which is the developer studio.
Mm-hmm.
They took over the script. They changed everything to make the game suck ass so it could fit their political agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the studio closes down because the game sold like shit, they just go about latch onto a new host.
Yeah, it's basically like
the parasite.
It's basically like AIDS. It's
worse than AIDS because at least the AIDS die with you.
Exactly.
These fucking
locusts.
Yeah, it's more like
they bail out before you die.
Yeah, they're like locusts.
To search for a new host before you die.
Yeah, they're sort of like locusts or the Motaba virus and everything like that. Yeah. So, and of course, the claim didn't hold to scrutiny because a lot of creators have documented attempts to contact them that were ignored, as we already know. So they're desperately trying to flip the script and trying to regain control of their narrative, which, let's be honest, for nearly, I want to say almost 2 years, that it's come apart at the seams. They can't utilize their garbage in the shadows like they used to. I mean, yes, there's some consulting companies that have come about since then, but they can't really work at the shadows because everyone's watching them. So
good luck with that, bitch. You'll need it.
So here it is. And now basically she's defended her bullshit. She says, when people fight against wokeness, what they're really doing is fighting against progressiveness, and in a way, fighting against themselves. Yeah, nice gaslight there, sweetheart.
In other words, oh yeah, really nice gaslight there, bitch. Basically, pretty much promoting authoritarianism.
Yeah,
lovely gaslight.
Yeah,
so much like a tyrannical authoritarian bitch to do that.
Yeah, the problem isn't of us. The problem is you. Authoritarianism and narcissism.
The problem is you, bitch.
No.
The problem is you, bitch. You're a fucking parasite.
Yeah.
You fucking infiltrate. You didn't bother infiltrate. You fucking threaten game developer studios. You fucking take it over, and then once the game developer studio cannot exist anymore because it has to shut down, you jump on and find a new host. You are a fucking parasitic bitch. You are detrimental to the gaming industry as a whole. And I pray to God the game industry crashes so people like you can fuck off.
Yeah.
Then you're an ugly fucking bitch.
Yeah, really. You're so ugly, we gotta put a freaking threat badge in front of your face.
Yeah, you put the oog in oogly.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So basically, what she did. The thing is, yeah, and of course, there it is. We didn't do nothing. We did our jobs the best we could. Oh bullshit, sweet.
Oh bullshit! Man.
Stop. She's right. Because her job is not to help out the game industry. Her job is to fucking ruin it. So she did do exactly what her job is.
Yeah.
But it's everything fucking wrong. That's the bullshit part that comes in.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
Scott,
you got a point there. You got a point there, Snow.
You know,
she came in with her mission. She completed her mission several times, but it's all fucking wrong.
Yeah, no shit.
It's all fucking wrong. The bullshit is her saying, "Oh, everything's all right." No, it's not all right. It's all fucking wrong because of you.
Yeah. So basically, we talk about the possibility that there could be some shady funding that's involved with Shit Baby Stink. Scott Bessent is using his office to sort of track funding sources from that center around Antifa and all these far left communist groups. I wonder if this dragnet includes Sweet Baby Inc. I wonder. I mean, and if it doesn't, it should. So now, also, what she didn't what this idiot didn't mention is she never wants to acknowledge the incident where she sparked against the backlash against her company, the conduct of her former employee Chris Kindred, who basically sent their cancel army to take out Cabrutus and get him kicked off. Try to get him kicked off Steam, which failed horribly.
In other words, the dumbass spilled the beans on the whole operation.
Uh-huh.
And can we crown? Did we crown Cabrutus? Because
we crowned him, but we crowned him.
Yeah, we should crown him if we haven't already.
We crowned him, but you know what? I'm going to crown him again. We crowned him already, but we're going to crown him again.
Long may he reign! Long may he reign!
Enjoy your second crown there, Cabrutus Rambo. You've earned it.
Yeah.
But, yes, I was about to say, Matt, you need to learn to stop interrupting people because you did interrupt Aaron.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Aaron.
So right here, what we have here is just a few of the games that Sweet Baby Inc. ruined, like Alan Wake 2, God of War Ragnarok, Battle Shapers, Breeze in the Clouds, Unusual June, of course. I detect some self-insert right there. Goodbye Volcano High, Sable, whatever that thing is, Spider-Man 2, which was garbage, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the less said about that game, the better. The Crew Motorfest. Wait a minute. You fucked up the Crew? How the hell can you fuck up the Crew? What the hell?
This is a later game. This is a later game in the series, Aaron.
How can you fuck? I mean, fucking up a racing game is like fucking up a ham sandwich.
Again, you're not giving these people a proper amount of Aaron. You're not giving these people a proper amount of credit. They'll fuck up anything because that's their mission.
Eat a ham sandwich.
Now the question I gotta ask is this game any worse than Big Rid's Over the Road Racing? You heard that shit?
I have a feeling it's going to be even worse than Big Rigs.
You know what pissed me off the most?
Yeah.
You know what pissed me off the most? South of Midnight. You want to know why?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about it.
How many games depicts actual Southern culture in voodoo in the gaming landscape right now?
Thing is, that kind of theme is an interesting concept, especially if you're setting the game in Louisiana or something.
Yeah, so they took this interesting concept, something that, people might actually enjoy because it's actually unique and it's barely touched. And these motherfuckers ruined it.
Yeah, they turned into sort of an allegory of racism, basically Southern bashing,
Yeah, although I highly doubt you can fuck up Volcano High because let's be honest, that game was DOA.
Mm-hmm. And then Lost Your Marbles.
I think Arch had fun with it.
Yeah.
So I think he had fun, playing jokes at it.
Yeah, sort of like someone playing.
I mean the game's. Goodbye Volcano High is fun to riff on. I will give you that.
Yeah, it's sort of like Life is Strange in a way. But then you have Lost Your Marbles, and of course, look at the freaking in cartoon style, stupid old bean mouth, Steven Universe style artwork complete with bean mouth. It's like it's like CalArt's nightmare.
It's bean mouth. Yeah, bean mouth can die in fire.
Yeah, CalArt style can. Yeah,
Greek fire, dude. Greek fire.
So is the CalArt style.
I top that better. The Lake of Fire, biblical Lake of Fire.
Oh yeah.
You win again, Snowman.
Yeah. So basically, it pretty much confirms everything we've already know about frickin' sweet shit baby stink. So that can basically go fuck off straight to hell for that one. So, but as promised, because you have to deal with the evil lethality of Kim Belair's ugly ass mug, I do have a nice palette cleanser for all of you, for you to see.
Thank you.
To get rid of this problem. Okay, where are you? I'm trying to look for a good one. You know what? Screw it. I'll just create a new one. Fuck it. Image. Okay. So what I'll do instead to make sure we don't see that ugly ass mug there. Well,
Wait, go to actually find an actual real deal game developer lady who is attractive.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you two for the price of one. First off, one of our favorite girls here on in the Shogunate, of course, the lovely Amber, aka Mimsy.
Booyah!
Yeah, this is her ghost cosplay. Yeah, we're gonna give you know what? We're gonna give you 2 for 1. We're gonna give you 2 for 1, cause I wanna see if I could track down a good what you call it, something that's safe for work. Okay, I don't want to get my ass banned.
Well, I think this will be safe for work. Look for the woman who actually made Bayonetta.
Nah, I got someone better in mind, because because not only she's hot as hell, she's also pretty damn based. So let's see here. Does it show any? You know what? No. Let me try another one. Yeah. So everyone take a good. While I look for it, you can take a good look at Mimsy. because she's awesome. You all know, and you all know that. Let's see here.
Of course I know that. I mean, look at those knockers, man.
All right. Ah, here we go. I know this is perfect here. Okay. Okay, how about we're gonna do the 2-for-1 deal. We're gonna keep Mimsy on here, okay? We're gonna keep Mimsy on here. All right, I'm gonna
just move Mimsy to the side.
All right. Where's your image? Okay, here we go. And for this one, I think you already know who this one is as well. For those of you who...
Ooh.
Yep. There we go. There you go. I got you too. I got Mimsy.
Yeah, that's a good palate cleanser. Much needed.
So here's what I got for y'all. I got you Mimsy on the left as a ghost, and on the right, Emily Cherie in her Trump, American flag Trump regalia. I like that hat too, that cowboy hat too. But like I said,
yes,
yeah, and those two are freaking awesome. I mean, Emily has a YouTube now. Usually, I don't like going to these. I don't like going to these YouTube accounts where it's like always some lady talking. Oh, he's talking like this, and basically, you know, those lifestyle videos, right? You've seen, you know the feel. But I would say when it comes to Emily Cherie, I would make her a nice exception. So yeah, if you deign to do so please look for her on YouTube and go and follow her videos. I mean, shit, I wish.
Or you could provide a link.
You know what? That's exactly what I'll do. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me go ahead and look for the link. Here we go. I'll link her YouTube account here on the chat. And there it is, Emily Vlasenko. So there you have it right there. So please follow.
Okay, done and donate.
Yeah. So anyway, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and flush this turd down the toilet. Let's go ahead and flush this sweet shit baby stink turd down the toilet one more time.
And can we spray some air freshener already? God, the smell's making me gag like a mofo.
Yeah, don't worry, we got the best air freshener here. We use sandalwood like a mofo. Anyway, so as we say goodbye to our lovely ladies, this is a perfect segue into this topic here. You know, Kangman. Listen. Right now, this is a debate we shouldn't be having right now, in my opinion, because you have our political rivals wanting to put us 6 feet under, and right now, you know, the instead of trying to figure out what to do about dealing with these scumbags, what now we're just talking about the porn problem again. I'm sorry.
Even though the Supreme Court says it's part of free speech, decades ago.
So Kangman Lee, who is, don't get me wrong, he's a good follow. He's got some pretty good ideas. Unfortunately, this isn't one of them.
He took the L.
Yeah, he took a. Now, what's up?
Something happened in your in-house?
Looks like it.
What do you mean in-house?
Oh, I thought someone was talking to you in real life.
Yeah, that's nothing. Anyway, so anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Now, yeah, Kangman Lee did take an L for this because there is a major divide on the right about whether porn should be accepted or should be sent to the four winds, because let's just face it, porn, like any other vice, if not used in moderation, can be extremely dangerous. Just like alcohol, just like drugs, and just like gambling.
Yes. Which is why I'm like, keep it in moderation for full-grown ass adults, and keep it away from children, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah, those are your rules right there.
Which I don't think is reasonable is basically
saying you
feel
can't
like
have
you're
it.
better than God. Yeah, feel like you're better than God by removing the vice completely and putting in a internet ID laws in.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to that. I'm building to that. So here's the thing. I've mentioned this plenty of times, and this is where I disagree with certain people on the right about this, especially our good friend John De La Rose. Now, I can understand their concerns. Yes, I'm not saying porn is not harmful. It can be if utilized improperly. Okay? Because there are addictions. Addictions exist, and if you take a vice to that length, you can get into some serious shit. All right? I am not.
Yeah, this is also why we say if it's too hot for Skinamax, it's a no-go zone.
Yep, that's pretty much. That's why we put that sort of that guideline in our games, especially Ronin, because it can't get because yes, it can get spicy, but we don't want to get too out of control. Okay.
Yeah, and definitely not in the really raunchy and disgusting areas either.
Yeah, this is
including stuff I dare not mention.
Yes, this isn't thirsty sword lesbians.
Yeah, can we get to the actual crux?
Okay, so Kangman Lee, he was railing against porn, and yes, it was, and this tweet here pretty much has him take the L here, and which I respect him for doing, because instead of pushing the thing, so basically he says this, he gets concerns about government overreach and unjust censorship, or hardcore pornography in areas no black and white. The prevalence of porn has no benefits. Yeah, I could say that. You could say that. I mean, you could also say that about every other vice. No one is saying banning porn will get rid of it forever. Human nature doesn't change. At least he understands that. But politics pose what we believe to be good, and what we leverage power for the benefit of the individual and communities. Now, this one I say this is a bit of a gray area, because there are some people.
He's wishing.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, government is full of people who want power.
Mm-hmm.
What they
got that right.
As the saying
can be for the good, can be for the bad.
Yes, as the saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And of course he talks about the moral neutrality that libertarians is fundamentally dishonest. Not entirely, because the slippery slope does exist. Where it can exist for porn, it can exist on basically authority. One day, yes, you're banning like let's see, what kind of porn is disgusting? something that rhymes.
I'd rather not go into that detail.
Something that rhymes with rock.
But
I will refer to this to Raging Golden Eagle, which is, I disagree with everything you say, but I will defend your right to it. On top of that, free speech hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's leave it at that instead of going into that dark place. I'd rather not go into because, good Lord.
Now, you could ban something as egregious as that, but the next thing you know, you say, okay, let's move a little more. Then all of a sudden, on the beaches, you have freaking Karens coming around with rulers or checking at the length of your swimsuit.
Ugh, Karens.
Yeah.
My most hated enemy ever.
With rulers along the Redneck Riviera, checking how long your swimsuit is in relation to your knee. That's the problem. The slippery slope is always a cruel mistress. Now, I can understand in Kingman's stance here, but here's the thing: this point isn't entirely based in reality. Okay,
it's using black and white morality, which it's fine for fictional, books like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. But in reality, you have to have nuance. If you do not have nuance, you're going to be making horrible decisions.
Yeah, black and white morality only applies. In reality, black and white morality only applies in very, very few instances. And this issue isn't one of them. Okay?
Especially the method how they want to actually achieve their ends, which I feel is going to have major blowback.
Now, the only thing
very major blowback indeed.
Now, the only thing that is black and white when it comes to this issue is, of course, cheese pizza.
Well, yes, no one is arguing to protect that.
Oh, hell no! And some idiot accused me of saying, "Well, would you allow cheese pizza?" Involved? Like, that is a stupid straw man argument. Nobody supports it.
I will actually say, because I've been posting on this in the courtroom for the longest time, there are links of Roblox, executives joining up forces with organizations that are pushing for internet ID. And the cesspool that Roblox has become. It's become the pedo paradise in which people who tried to stop that shit got banned from Roblox.
Oh yeah, yeah, and even some of these people that got banned for trying to out them, they're backed by one of them I believe is backed by the ultimate pedo hunter himself, Chris Hansen.
Yes, but I'm also trying to bring up a point here, and the point is, these executives who benefit from pedos because they profit from the content that the pedos made, and they're making millions of dollars off this horrible shit. Why are they backing up the internet ID laws?
Well, it's interesting you brought that one up, because here's what I think. I think, and this brings me into what Gothic said. Listen, I like Gothics, okay? Hey, I think she's coming in this with her heart in the right place, but unfortunately, she's barking up the wrong tree, okay?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah. So she basically said she's not a fan of it, and of course one of the excuse du jour, which she's half right, is that it promotes human trafficking. Now here's the problem: the porn industry is pretty shady. I get it, but not every.
I don't think the the legal parts of the porn industry is, doing human trafficking.
No way.
I think the creepy pedos, aka elites, the Epstein types, they're doing the human trafficking.
Yes.
And I think they want to shut down the internet so people don't report on them.
That's probably another thing here. Now, what she's saying is all societies need guardrails, and you think that's a touring, or that's not a good route to take here. And this is coming from someone who likes Gothics. Okay? You can't. We tried this method before with alcohol and drugs. That did not work.
Both failed spectacularly. Both failed
miserably.
If it was a Michael's Bay movie, the explosions would be unreal.
Yeah,
it would be like a huge chunk of it'd be like a corner of Earth just blew up.
Mm-hmm. So you also, and like I said, I think, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how you feel about this, but it seems blown up Venezuelan drug boats are a bit more proactive than just saying, "Oh, this substance is banned, and if you have even a gram of it, we'll lock you up for 5 fucking years." It is.
I'm more in favor of blowing up drug cartels.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, the way how these two, crusades went, the failure of these two are so spectacular that if it was a Michael Bay movie, a quarter of Earth would have been blown up into space chunks.
Yeah. Some of these crusades against porn, I'm not saying, oh, porn is beneficial, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying...
Neither am I.
I'm
just saying, you have no right to tell what a full-grown person does in their own alone time, so long as they're not harming anyone, nor themselves, breaking the law, or, involving themselves with children, animals, or whatever.
Exactly.
So, if they're just a normal dude who feels the urge and is just watching a video in the privacy of his own bedroom, in the privacy of his own home, during his own hours, what right do you have to do? What right do you have to tell him what to do? Also, since we're on the top of the banning stuff, what makes you think you're better than God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
just hubris right there, man.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm just telling them for their own benefit. If you take this advice, you're going to run right into a damn brick wall that's going to damage you long term.
Well, to go along with my original statement, the reason I ask what makes you think you're better than God is because even in Genesis, back in the Garden of Eden, God gave Adam and Eve a choice. Yeah, he told them not to eat the forbidden fruit, but where in the passage in the Bible did God send out angels with flaming swords to, do patrols around the tree to make sure Adam, doesn't eat the forbidden fruit? Where in the passage in the Bible does, God mind controls both Adam and Eve not to eat the fucking forbidden fruit? Or even yet, why didn't God just, where in the passage of the Bible did God build a fence around the, tree so they can't eat any of the forbidden fruit? Oh, wait, he didn't do any of those things because he respected their free will. He respected their ability to choose.
Yes.
If God can respect people who have freedom...
Even if the choice was just a bad idea.
Can you not interrupt? But if God himself is like, yo, I'm the ultimate being, I'm the perfect being, I know all and shall be all. If he's like, yo, I do not get myself involved in the freedoms of others, I must allow them to choose what they choose. If he's like, the King of Kings is like, yo, I'm actually allowing people to have the right to choose, then what right do you really have to start banning shit?
Yeah. Now, again, I
beautifully done there, Snowman.
Great. Now, Smash JT did also adds this, and he's been think of what you want to think about the whole GoonerGate situation in back in the beginning of the year, which again I'm still a little sniffy about him and Hypnotic going after Razorfist. It's hardcore, you know, even though I never heard Razorfist said anything about banning porn. He doesn't agree with it, considering
Razorfist was the only one that did not ban porn. Razorfist was the only one of the three that didn't go around saying ban porn.
Yeah.
I think Melanie Mac went around ban porn or censor video games. John definitely went that far.
Yeah, you can see his tweet there, and like I said, and I'm sorry, John, it is extreme. I mean, and later on I'm going to give out alternatives, because I think, despite the fact that I'm against the whole thing, I think personally you can make sure your kids don't go near it. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We'll talk about that.
Well, actually, you were there, Aaron. I already gave John the solution, which is just focus on his books, focus on his comics, and focus on changing the culture. Sure, it takes time. Sure, it takes decades. But eventually, you're going to whittle down people, and they're going to stop watching porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Most of the porn, quote unquote, I usually do see are usually more on the softcore end.
Well, anyway, let me keep this moving, okay? Now, yes. Now, I agree with this statement that Smash is putting out. Although, like I said, at this time around, there's no cancellations going on. Thank God, knock on wood. But I do want to. I also said that it is a fool's errand, and I'll explain these two. Again, I mentioned banning advice usually make things. We already covered that, and now,
man, what is going on with your Rumble?
With my Rumble? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the Rumble's acting weird.
I don't know, but it seems I haven't gotten any packet loss, but
probably on my
I'm more noticing on the YouTube end too.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube being, and there's not. I'm hardly getting in. I'm getting 0 views on YouTube, but anyway, maybe that's why I should add X onto the multi-stream. But anyway, getting back to my point. Now, this whole ban porn deal could lead to something more dangerous, and we have alluded to it earlier that this could be the foot in the door for digital ID. Okay, now let me.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Hold on,
It's worse than that.
Hold on, Snow. I gotta set the table here. Okay, now. I think I know why you have companies like the payment processors and Roblox permitting all this sick shit, and then you have other people trying to go around. The thing was, they figured, okay, we try to use hate speech to sell digital ID to them. It flopped, especially last year. I think that was the original approach to this. They're using hate speech, misinformation, blah, 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 blah. It flopped hard. Thank God. So what they're trying to do is use a more acceptable approach to it. Sort of like, basically, it's the old Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem is you get a lot of creepers online, and then the internet is rampant with pornography. Okay? The reaction is, oh my God, we're being exposed. They're being exposed to like like weird sick porn. There's CP being proliferated around there, and we need to do something. It help us do something, ban porn or do something or some shit. Then the solution is the same exact conclusion as the hate speech angle, although this one is more acceptable. Digital ID, and this is why I keep saying the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Sure, you're trying to figure out how to keep your trash away from children, and I really don't blame you if you're trying to do this, but you probably end up screwing yourself in the process, screwing you and your children down the line. So so this is where the foot in the door tactic works with digital ID, and in that method, Snow, you said you had examples. Let's hear them.
Well, I would be a good example because in order to watch YouTube videos and not be, restricted to the kids' access only areas of YouTube, I had an option from Google. I could present my credit card. I could present my actual state ID card. I could present biometrics. I chose only the credit card.
Okay, which is fair because you can.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take a whiz.
TMI. But anyway, what the credit card option is pragmatic because you could use that to send super chats and what have you. You just gotta be very careful if they sometimes the assholes get.
But the way not only that, Aaron, but the way I see it is quite simply this: when Google gets hacked and all that data goes out, I can always change my credit card because
that's true.
The credit companies who are pushing for this shit, well, it's their money now that's on the line. So, yeah, you go to the front lines. You go right to the front lines there, credit card company.
Yeah, and the good news, and also
you take the bullets.
Yeah, and also the good news is my bank has a fraud division, or is like to call the bunco division, where if there's been a suspicious purchase, they will text you. Give you an example. When I bought my phone today, right? By the way, the phone that I bought is I think I mentioned it before, is a Moto Razr. Pretty damn good, pretty cool looking phone. Sort of like a flip phone, where it's a smartphone, but it's also got a flip phone and what have you. It's freaking amazing. It's freaking sweet. Pretty freaking gnarly.
Certainly better than a fucking iPhone. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, let's continue.
I don't touch Crapple. But anyway, so I paid about $650 for it. That's tax included. Okay? So now the thing was they're trying to get it activated, so we had to refund my money, and then we had to pay for it again. And I think it tripped the bunco. It tripped the bunco brigade. And it says, "Did you make this purchase on your credit card?" Usually, now if you say yes and you know you made that purchase, it goes on like usual. Now if you hit no, your account's locked. So yeah, you can easily So you could with the credit card end, you could easily change your information in a matter of a day or two, which is pretty pragmatic.
And yes, Google, in terms of my personal ID, Google only has basically my credit card.
Mm-hmm. Now, where it gets really...
I plan to keep it. But this is just me trying to watch, like John Delarose, Razorfist, you guys, just, the normal channels I watch.
Yes.
On YouTube. Nothing related to porn at all.
Mm-mm.
So already I know for a fact this is affecting people who are not gooning online.
Yes. Now, where it gets really messed up is when they ask you for your driver's license. This is where it really gets messed up because it's got everything about you: your address, your face, your date of birth, everything. If that kind of information gets out there, I mean, it could turn into a major catastrophe. And considering the fact that you have all these...
Yes, stop, Aaron. Google did ask for that. I'm like, no, here's a credit card. But you know who asked for more? The UK government in Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it'd be the fucking limeys.
Yeah, but let me finish my point. Yeah, but let me finish my points to note, because you did interrupt me on that one. But
sorry.
What was I about to say? So you have all your information, your address, your face, your real face, your date of birth, all vital information. And now, if there is a data leak, and with all these left wing agitators and these terrorists basically trying to look for ways to harm people physically now, or destroy their property, this is very dangerous. I mean, credit card information, fine. You can close. You could credit card, fine. You just have your card chopped up and get another one. But that information, you can't. Once that's out in the wild, you can't really cover that one up, can you?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good of you to point out the Antifa angle. I was pointing out something different.
I mean,
something even scarier than Antifa.
Yes. Discord recently had a data breach, from what I heard.
7,000 IDs. Well, this is basically the part of Discord. This is not the main Discord.
Thank God.
This is those who actually went for help in services, customer support for Discord, which now they're demanding IDs and stuff like that.
That's awful, man.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that information is now out and about and, being used by hackers. You don't know how the hackers hacked in?
How?
Apparently, Discord hired a company in India to basically store all that information.
I don't like where that one. When you mentioned India, it's like, I don't like where that one's going.
Oh, yeah, because yes, what the hackers did they use sophisticated equipment to get into the data centers? No. Did they actually send out, malware to the people in these companies? No. You know what they did?
What they do?
Good old-fashioned bribery.
Oh. They didn't hack it. They simply asked for it. And knowing Google, run by Sundar Pichai, I wouldn't be surprised if some of their relatives were just saying, I'll set up the scenario and say, okay, I need information on a couple thousand of your user base, because I want to send out this bag of chutney right there for them. And the other guy says, okay, sir. Let's see here. Yeah, I got about a couple thousand IDs for you. Just pay me like let's see here. I'm gonna ask you about like 1,000 rupee per ID. I was like, that's beautiful, sir. I got that money right here. Here you go. Say, hey, thank you very much. Namaste. That's how they get your information.
And on top of this, in the UK, the data centers that were holding the IDs of everyone else not only got hacked once, they got hacked twice.
And this is the similar digital ID information that Supreme Chairman Fuhrer Starmer, or better yet, I'll call him this, High Chancellor Starmer wanted for every citizen in the UK. Am I right?
Yes, I'm not even done yet, so let me finish.
Yeah, I was just clarifying.
Yes, but on the second hack, the British government did not know anything about that until the hackers themselves notified them.
Oh my word. You mean to tell me they didn't even notice the fucking hack?
They didn't notice the second hack.
Unbelievable.
Until they were told by the hackers themselves.
You know, I think the hackers in this case were trying to do a service to let them know how easy it is to get into their system. Unnoticed.
I haven't hit the worst part. The worst part.
What happened?
After being humiliated, the fucking UK government is still pushing for this shit. They're still head.
This is, and they wonder why reform is kicking their ass.
So shall we continue on to Florida Man's story? Because, good Lord,
I'm not done.
Oh my God.
This is why I'm getting really pissed off with, John Darros and everyone like him. Because while they're busy telling people who have actual concerns about this, name calling them gooners, calling them pedos and all that shit, I'm sitting here like, we Republicans, thanks to MAGA and Trump, had made major gains.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible gains. Would you agree with you two? Legitimate question. We have made incredible gains. Do you not think so?
Yes, we
have.
Yeah,
I'd say we have.
Okay. So, take this scenario. You are a normal fucking family. You don't get involved in politics. So far, the current people in power are basically Republicans. They seem to be decent folk. They seem to want to keep the groomers out of the schools and stuff, which is great for you children. They seem to be wanting law and order, which is great. You want safer streets so you can, just have a normal life. So you're going on, la-di-da-da. Here comes Internet ID. You basically be like a good citizen because you don't really pay attention to politics. So you trust in your government. You think your ID is safe. Though you do think it's pretty odd because you don't go to porn sites, but oh well, it's for the safety of the children, so you do this. And then suddenly, some months later, maybe a year or two, your account is drained of all of its money. You now can't pay rent. You now are going to be forced out onto the streets. Now we have little Trump bills forming. Now it seems like we're going into a Great Depression 2.0. How do you think these people are going to feel after they figured out what happened, which is these data centers that are meant to keep the ID safe, they were hacked into. These hackers then sold off the IDs to deepfakers. Deepfakers made deepfakes to basically trick banks.
Don't forget AI.
So they could steal money from, under people's noses. So now you have a bunch of people who've been robbed. They're out in the streets. They're desperate. They're pissed. Who do you think they're pissed off with?
Yep. And this is how they get commies, and then it gets even worse from there.
Oh, yes.
So who do you think they're going to vote for?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and what do you think is going to happen once the assholes come back in power?
It's going to get a hell of a lot worse.
Now, do you understand why I'm very angry with John Dalebout and everyone like him right now?
Yes. Again, the slippery slope never fails. Now, before we close the book on this, I did say that there should be everyone's saying, well, do you have alternatives? Because I know there are some people out there who's part of the band porn crowd asking me, do you have a better idea? Well, actually, I do have several. Now, the first thing you can do, okay, is there was a movement a while back to put every porn site into its own domain called .XXX. You've heard of this, right?
Yeah, .XXX.
Now, so what this does is you can put all porn, anything that's adult content under a certain threshold. I mean, I would say, I don't know if softcore porn should be allowed. Would be allowed. I think let's say for the sake of the discussion and for the safety, yes, it qualifies. Okay. Now, what happens with this .XXX domain is it makes it easier for parents to lock your whatever computers or devices they have away from .XXX sites. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to do so. Okay? Now, I think what needs to be done is you have to offer more tools, more tools that is 100% controlled by parents. Okay? Listen, if you don't want your children to look at spicy porn videos or any spicy videos, etc., like that, like I said, this is where you as parents need to come in. This is where you really need to do your jobs. Okay? Now.
No.
Exactly.
Now, even though again, I don't agree with John Dela Rose when it comes to the porn issue. However, I think I like to believe he does practice what he preaches, because he does have children of his own. And I would bet that every device in his house, every computer, every phone, every tablet, he monitors like a hawk, as he should. Okay? And I think that's, and personally, I think that's how it ought to be. Like I said, as a parent, it's your job and your job alone to monitor this shit. It shouldn't be the government's job. Okay? And if God forbid any spicy crap gets into your kid's computer here and you didn't like it, well, you shouldn't be blaming the pornographer. You shouldn't be blaming the government. You need to blame yourself for not doing everything you can to make sure you keep that out of the hands of children. Now, again, I do think that people on that side should make it easier to make sure children don't access some of this shit, especially the degenerate shit. But folks, if we want to be a free society, we also got to be we also got to have responsibility and accountability as well. We can't be just schlepping our way out of things and saying, "Oh, daddy government, help me." That's not the way how things should be done. Like I said, you want to keep stuff as that. That's where you have to get in. You can't, and don't give me this excuse. Well, I'm too busy with work. I'm too busy with this. I'm too busy with that. I mean, a matter of fact.
Oh God, that's the same excuse as my sister used.
Yeah, it's a matter of fact. It's a matter of fact, and this is another thing I praise John Dela Rose for doing. He sets aside several hours every day to be with his family. I mean,
yeah,
that's another job you have when you have children. That's another job.
I give him props for that. I'll give him props for that. I just think he's going to a death trap.
I know, but like I said, I think in this case we need, instead of trying to say, oh, we need to ban this, we need to teach our fellow citizens and fellow parents to be more responsible for their own house. Okay, that is how you have a free and more how should I say, a well-working society, if you will. Okay? I'm just, like I said, you gotta, I think people, I wish people would actually talk about these more of these solutions a bit more, instead of calling people gooners or everything like that, which I understand. And with this whole internet culture, especially, he's fostered when you're dealing with freaking wokies and dumb inheritance with septum rings and what have you. But don't fight your own freaking.
the people who are being called gooners are just normal people that are trying like, hey, this is not the right route to take this on.
Yeah, don't try to fight. Don't try to throat cut your own side because they don't agree with you on a few things. You have to look at it from all sides and basically say, listen, let's sit down. I'm not going to call you any names. I'm not going to think any less of you. Let's sit down. Let's talk it out. And
it just became like a Republican civil war on X.
Yeah. So
which is something I don't want.
Yeah. So what I ask of everybody in our sphere is simple. Put down the damn guns and discuss ideas. You have to be better than the slack-jawed motherfuckers that want to put you 6 feet under, okay? Anyway. So that's my lecture for this week. I'm sure I probably might have one within the next week or two. I
have a feeling you will be.
Because here in the Shogunate, we don't
know it.
Yeah, because here in the Shogunate, we don't just entertain, we also inform. But anyway.
Yep.
So let's get back to the former here and close this out because, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a couple weeks. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a double whammy of this. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again time to return to the continuing adventures of Florida Man.
Florida Man!
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
Oh yeah, this place definitely sells some good
No recollection of that happening at all.
Well, this store sells some good liquor.
Oh yes. Sweet potato. Yeah, you do.
Been hungry for some cookies 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy? I'm just back here in Florida. I should give you double the cookies. Anyway, so our part one starts with one of my favorite lawmen in the nation. Yes, sir, it is Sheriff Grady Judd of Polk County, and he's got a tale to tell for us. So I'm not gonna do any lead-in. So, Sheriff, take it away. All right. So anyway, Sheriff, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. It's time for morning briefings, and I hope you have your favorite cup of coffee, and you don't spit it all over yourself when you hear what I'm about to say. But we're going to drink our coffee from a thermos from Fire Inspector Services. You got that? From New Jersey. Thanks for sending the cup.
My home state.
Ah, good coffee. Now listen, there's things you can't make up. So we arrested Walter Frymere. He's 51. We got a call that he was naked inside of a restroom at a public park. So we asked, is he naked or buck naked? You know, you can be naked and still have your socks on. But if you're buck naked, you're totally naked. Well, anyway, our deputy gets there. The dude's got all of his clothes on. So we're nice. And we send him out of the park and trespass him and tell him we're not going to arrest you, even though people saw you here without any clothes on. We're going to give you a break. So what does he do? He goes across.
He goes to another park, doesn't he? Take a wild guess, gentlemen. What do you think he does?
I think they arrested him. I assume he did something absolutely fucking stupid to the police officers. Like go buck naked and just run wild.
Matthew?
Oh boy.
Anything can happen.
Matthew?
I'm more thinking.
All right, Matthew?
I'm more thinking going to another park and defecating. That's just me.
A little extreme, but let's see what the right answer is.
across the street and hops up on what? The railroad train track and trespasses again, just as soon as we gave him the break. So the deputy arrests him. We find out he's already got 25 prior arrests and been to state prison 5 times. So not only is he trespassed, we've got him in possession of meth. Well, I've talked about meth.
Yeah, meth. Yeah, look at his face.
Well, he does look like a meth head. I mean, look at him, man. I mean, dude looks like he's missing a few teeth.
Okay. I was about to say, well, I'm partially right. Meth was indeed involved.
Uh-huh. All right, let's keep going.
Doing crazy stuff to you, right? You ain't gonna believe this. So we put everybody through a body scanner to make sure that they're not trying to bring guns and knives and drugs into the jail. Well, you might have thought Walter was bringing drugs into the jail. He brought a thermos into the jail.
Oh, what?
Just let this sink in. Take this in, folks. Look at this
shit. Is that an actual thermostat?
That is an actual thermos.
How the fuck does
It's like that South Park episode where Cartman had the whole Disneyland up his you-know-where.
Are you talking about Lemmy Winks?
No, I'm talking about the one episode where Cartman was in jail.
Oh.
Where the fuck is Lemmy Winks when we fucking need him?
Yeah.
In a better place. In a far better place. It's called in his own little fucking area. Not up some, dude's rectum.
Yeah.
Living Link's not his adventure. He's done. Let the little hamster or whatever the fuck he is, let him have his peace. Stop bringing him into hell, Matt. Go to the principal's office.
Yeah. I'll go to the principal's office because I am not thinking clearly. I am clearly not thinking clearly.
Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
Who?
Oshag Hennessy!
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass! Insubordinate and churlish.
Man,
can he be ass free for once?
Anyway.
Sorry, Lemmy Winks. Sorry about this.
Let's continue. Let's continue before this gets out of hand.
That's right. He put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? A thermos about this size. No, it wasn't this one. We saw that and we said, dude, what are you doing here? He said, well, I put that inside my body and he didn't swallow it 24 hours earlier. The deputy saved his life. Oh, and that was after Walter threatened to kill the deputy for arresting him. We had to take him to the hospital. They had to find a specialist.
Oh, my word.
It was quite the ordeal. But he's thermaless in the county jail today. I told you weren't going to believe
How
it.
does that?
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, he is definitely. He definitely looks like he's getting cornholed by Big Bubba.
A good day.
Oh my.
Oh my God. You know,
dude.
Well, like I said,
I'll go to the principal's office again.
No. Don't. We're good. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Sheriff Judd had made his coffee a little Irish. I wouldn't blame him. Because
can we just move on? Because good Lord, I'm still baffled by the sheer mechanics of shoving a fucking thermos up your you know what?
Florida, ladies and gentlemen. My adopted home of Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, at least you know you're not going to be bored here. That's for sure. But holy fuck,
Aaron, your adopted home needs to be. Hey, this is too far.
You know what? Even with all that crap, I still prefer this over Chicago in its current state.
Yeah, that or Jersey.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the second part of the double whammy. We have a Publix Royal Rumble.
Ooh, hello.
Let's not stand on ceremony. Let us watch.
Wait a minute. Is that a slightly overweight black woman in underwear?
That's more like yoga pants shit.
Even still, ew. Oh my.
This guy got his freaking drawers on. Oh, look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this shit. He used an entire drawer to smack people. Look at that. Look at that. Oh!
WWE ain't got nothing on this shit.
God damn. Now, you remember that brawl in the supermarket back on an episode of SmackDown between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Booker T?
Oh,
that was relatively tame compared to this.
Yeah. So basically, the main attraction to this is the guy with the afro just wearing his freaking in undershorts just came around, took a freaking shelf and whacked those two, trying to get, I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to get him to stop fighting, but whacking him with a freaking shelf, trying to get them off and shit. That's weird. But anyway, so they did get arrested. This was in Miami, by the way. So fortunately, it wasn't at any Publix that's in my area. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Well, that's good.
So, Clement Mann, who is 20, he faced a felony charge after wielded that shelf in a fight, according to the Miami-Dade Sheriff Office. It happened around 6 p.m. At a Publix near in the unincorporated Palmetto Estates area. So let me see. Let's see where is it in Miami? Okay, like I said, I don't know Miami. It's probably in the south part of it though, so it's not anywhere near the damn beaches.
So it's towards the Everglades, okay?
No, I would say towards the Keys, I believe. Yeah.
Well, the Keys are close to the Everglades.
Yeah. So basically, it's pretty much in sort of like the, I would say the get. I don't know the area around, but I would like to guess it's the hood. Okay, this is probably where you find a lot of I don't know. Is it anywhere near Little Haiti? Is it anywhere near Little Haiti? I wouldn't know. But anyway, so according to the arrest report, it began as aggressive verbal altercation between two groups near the store's entrance. And the video that this guy shows two on fighting on the floor near the greeting card display. That's a weird place to have the greeting cards, because at some of the Publixes that I go to do my gig work, they're usually off to the side or one of the aisles. This is a weird place to put your greeting cards display. So basically, they basically show what happened. Him, the guy just grabs the shelf and starts smacking him, and it says their portion of stuff that helped Carney came dislodged. So did to one of the woman's wigs. Yep, we got a loose wig alert. So a responding deputy eventually witnessed 2 large parties of people in front of the store throwing plates and other items at each other. So yeah, it was basically a Publix Royal Rumble. So both sides of the whole argument. I'm thinking anybody who got involved with the brawl, yeah, I think they've been banned from that store. So they said trespass,
that's good,
which means they've been banned. Now, what was the fight about? I don't know. No one could figure it out. But as for man, he did get nailed with aggravated battery, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct. Now, the criminal mischief charge, it got dropped in bond court. So he's being held. He's being held in jail on over a interesting number here, a $5,150 bond. That's like the 5150, which is I think the California Code of Insanity.
I'm basically holding back my inner Uncle Ruckus for this one because, good Lord.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is one of those. You're lucky Uncle Ruckus wasn't there because all of a sudden we've been.
Oh boy. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Well, what I would make a joke here, but like I said, I'd probably be thrown off YouTube. But
yep.
So, any thoughts about?
You can make that trombone. You know what? You should find that Uncle Ruckus trombone. Add that as a soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound the trombone, dude.
Yeah.
Because, good Lord.
Well, anyway. So, any further thoughts about this thing? About this brawl?
Stupid people.
Booker T got
people.
Yep.
Booker T got off lucky.
Yep. And in a Publix, no less. And just remember, folks, for those of you outside the South, because Publix it's basically serves around Florida, Georgia, basically various places around the South. I think there's some in Tennessee, I believe. Yeah, there is some in Tennessee because when we drove back from Chicago, we saw a couple Publixes around the Nashville area. So, and the thing about Publix is like this. Think Jewel Osco, except the staff is a lot more friendlier. Yeah, think Jewel Osco or Kroger with far or your local grocery store, except their service is it's a lot more efficient and friendlier. At least I'd like to think so. I mean, shit. Fuck around and something. I mean, you expected it at like a Walmart or a Jewel Osco or some shit like that, but at a Publix, Jesus.
Again, stupid people acting like stupid people. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. Well, and on that note, I think that's all we're going to be covering for today. So yeah. So with that said, any final thoughts before we head on out?
I'm still wrapping my head as to how the hell a dude, a meth head, got a thermos up his derriere.
You know, if you keep bringing it up, we're going to send you to the principal office.
Well,
just send me there already. It's the end of the show.
Nah, we'll just go ahead and end the show and save you that pain. So, gentlemen.
Okay, can I have my final say?
Go for it.
As much as you hate porn, guys, please do not allow, internet ID laws to become an actual thing in the United States.
Yeah, and like I said,
you are going to regret it if you do it that way.
Yeah, and for those saying, "Oh, it's not too harmless about internet ID laws," well, I got bad news. I got 4 letters that are bad news for you. CBDC. If you have that along with digital ID, you are screwed. But anyway.
Remember, folks, the slippery slope is real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bitch.
And on that note, gentlemen, thank you for coming along. We'll do this same time next week. All right.
Okay.
All right.
See you around, Aaron.
Okay.
See ya.
Okie dokie. All right, so now it's just me now. So let me tell you what we're doing for tomorrow. Yes, it is the return of the Shogun's Arcade tomorrow night, and we are going to Itos in ActRaiser Renaissance. So I hope you're all excited for that, because that's what we're going to be doing. So please feel free to join us, and I think we'll probably do one. We'll probably stream on X as well. We'll see what we'll do. So that's the plan for tomorrow. But until then, until we get to the arcade, God bless you. Take care of yourself. And hey, it's a really nasty world we're living out there, especially nowadays. Especially with all these brawls and shit like that, and all these little assholes in costumes and whatever. But so I implore you to please be careful out there, and just remember, this hobby of ours, it's ours. It's not for the freaking tourists to take, like Kim Belair. So be sure you gatekeep your tables and gatekeep your hobbies. Good night, everybody. I'll see you back tomorrow night.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.